seen as X-rated. Now, this is seen technically as X-rated, even though you see a lot more in the reality right now. But when, as you're a child, this kind of, oh, titties, booty, you're going to this frenzy. And what's happening is that there's this action that keeps occurring in reality that's saying that, hey, this is eventually what that turns into is this is something that you want to do. This is something that is a mark of manhood and womanhood. Once you finally do this, you lose your virginity and then blah, 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 blah. And there's this huge buildup that you're supposed to go out there and actually have sex with someone. Now, this is a society where that program is completely set. And we talked about this earlier. Once that happens, now there's a lackluster effect of the energy because you didn't even know who the person really was. You didn't have that time. That person never even invested time in themselves. Generally, and this is something we've all been through, so I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm just saying we got to fix it. You haven't even had any time yet to really grow up and to learn who you really are in the first place. Before you're already making that kind of connection and commitment with a person. But because they don't know what they're doing, you don't know what you're doing. And only society, as we know it, has been suggesting this. Now you can see how dangerous it could be. Only for the fact that, one, it kills relationships. Because it doesn't allow the two beings to ever really know who they truly are before they go into this phase. Two, if you don't know how to do Tantra, which is Tantra in itself is one of the hidden secrets and mysteries of the real arcana, right? The real arcana is actually centered around Tantra. Stuff is dangerous in many ways, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But it is a specific art. It is a specific level of knowledge. So if somebody doesn't have that specific level of knowledge and doesn't even actually know how to connect and is not trying to make a child, what are we really doing with DMT for physical connection? So you see what I mean? If both parties don't, if one, he doesn't know Tantra or she doesn't know Tantra and he's not trying to have a baby, and she's not trying to have a baby, the two most important things that sex are really used for can't even happen between these two. So they never even really had sex. This is the truth to it. They got involved, but like kids, they didn't know what they were doing. And that, which should have come last in the context to, it's a buildup. If it ever happens, it's a buildup. You learn this person. Then you realize at some point that maybe you want to connect with the person on, or it wouldn't be a maybe. You would know, I want to connect with this person on this level. But it would definitely not be something that happens within a few days. So because of that happening, now everything is kind of out of order. And this is why, even if the relationship continues, now the person feels like they own you. Because in effect, because they've twined around you, they kind of do in a certain way. And that's why it's important for people who are connecting to understand what they're doing on the metaphysical plane. Because let's say if the woman doesn't know what she's doing and she gets entwined with a male that also doesn't know what he's doing, she will still be twined possibly. In more cases than not, the goddess is going to be twined more than the explorer. And this guy is going to be ready to run off. But when he runs off, you're still going to be connected to him because it's like a coil. And then now you're connected to a person that you don't even know. You don't even really like them because they did that now. And then now it's another thing on the board in the game to chalk up a loss. You take a L. No pun intended. It's just because the god of Ashira is an L. But anyway,